In this video, I'm going to discuss another gunsmithing tool find that I just recently received, and it is a USGI barrel nut wrench. Now, as you've seen in my other videos, one of my gunsmithing tools is this GunTech multi-tool that does barrel nuts and muzzle devices, and it is a good tool. Like I mentioned in one of my previous videos, it has a half-inch opening here for your torque wrench, and this is fine in relationship to the proximity of this part of the tool, which is for your barrel nut, but it's not really fine in relationship to this, which is for your buffer, your castle nut. So my last video I discussed the USGI castle nut tool and why I like that tool over this one, and it was basically because of the distance of where you put your torque wrench and such, and we've had some lively discussions. Some of us engineer types have had some discussions about that. So again, this GunTech tool is still a good tool, but it's not what I would consider a perfect tool in my kit. So what I did manage to find at bushmaster.com, surprisingly as that sounds, I found the USGI barrel nut wrench for about $13 and some change. So if you're interested in one of these types of tools, you can head over to Bushmaster's website, look underneath their products section, and then they have a gunsmithing section, and if you scroll down, you'll find this particular tool. It's the only place I've actually found an actual USGI tool. Normally these show up surplus, or they'll show up on eBay or Gunbroker or something, and you've got to kind of hunt them down. So they're not always the easiest things to find. Let's see if the camera wants to cooperate here. This top part number here, 5120-00-070-9152, is the NSN number, and the actual part number is 110-10033. So if you Google either of those two numbers, you'll come up with some technical data on the tool. You really won't find much in the way of someone selling this particular tool, and I know that Bushmaster does not use those numbers in a way that their item for sale on their website shows up in Google. So I was on Bushmaster's website for some other special that they had, and was just looking around and came across this. This is how it ships. It ships in this plastic bag with the barcode on it. Obviously I've already opened this, but it comes sealed, and it comes in this wonderful little wrapping with some masking tape on it. And if we open it up, this is what we get. And what it basically says, it says wrench for rifle M16, rifle M16A1, and it says 110-10033. So it has the part number on it. So you can see the half-inch opening here for the torque wrench, and you've got these two additional cutouts. One is for removing rifle length buffer tubes, and one is for doing your muzzle device, your flash suppressor or your compensator. And this particular tool is listed in the military technical manual for the M16 or the M4 That's the TM9-1005-249-23. There's several different versions of the different technical manuals floating around out there. You can do a Google search and come up with several different ones. I have definitely 2 or 3 different versions, and I printed some excerpts from that manual, basically just to show you. This is section 3 showing different tools, USGI tools for working on the M4 and the M16. And you can see there's a lot of picture diagrams, and obviously the tool we're discussing here is right here. And that's one printout. I have another printout from page 3-25. This particular one actually shows the tool in use up here, removing a barrel nut, and you can see in this procedure they actually have the barrel clamped, and they're using a torque wrench and the barrel nut removal tool in that fashion. There has been some discussion about which angle to use your torque wrench at, and I'll always refer back to the way that these technical manuals show how to position the tool. On page 3-23, we have another illustration here that shows the removal of a muzzle device and the positioning of the torque wrench and so on. If you don't already have one of these technical manuals, I definitely highly recommend you Google it and download it. There's a lot of valid information on torque settings and how to use tools and such, and disassembly procedures for the M16 and the M4, which are valuable if you're doing any work on your own rifle or if you're building your own rifle. And this last illustration here, which I pulled off of page 3-64, it basically shows the tool in use for removing the lower receiver buffer extension on a rifle. So that's the tool. Again, when you're looking at torque specifications on how to torque something down, those torque specifications make the assumption that you're using a specific type of tool. One like this, for example, where the actual torque wrench is mounted in close proximity to these hooks that actually latch into your barrel nut. So this is how it ships. So I didn't bring a lower receiver down to my workbench. I do have a barrel nut, although this is pretty much self-explanatory. You can see the basically that's how it locks into a barrel nut for loosening or torquing down a barrel nut. Now this is fairly new item to my gunsmithing tool collection. I just got it a few days ago. I have not actually had a chance to use it for build. I will be doing another build soon, and I'm going to use a lot of the new tools that I've done reviews on for that build to highlight their use. Last thing I want to say is like I mentioned, I did get this from Bushmaster.com. It took them forever to send this to me. I actually, they had sent me an email saying the other item I ordered was out of stock and something, and I just figured that the whole order was shot. And several months later I get an email from them saying that they sent something out. I didn't know if they sent out the whole order, but all I did get from them was this. So either they were out of stock and they waited a long time to get any more of these in, or they just forgot about my order. I don't know. So If you don't get a timely response from them, I would recommend emailing them or contacting them. There, I didn't find a real efficient way to check my order status on their website. So their website's not as polished as some other sites. But it did arrive, and it did run me about $13 and some change. And it is a government issued tool, and I'm very happy that it is now in my gunsmithing kit.